So you're thinking about having a mommy makeover, or maybe you've already had one and now you're freaking out because you don't know what to expect. You clicked on the right video. Make sure you like and subscribe and check out all my other videos. I do have other ones that pertain to mommy makeover type stuff. This one is going to be all about the stuff I did to prepare for it and the things that I used that helped me heal. I feel better and quicker and made my healing process a lot easier. So before I even set my appointment for my mommy makeover and booked my procedure, I was working out. Granted, that was the main reason that I was getting the mommy makeover, is because I had lost a ton of weight and I had a bunch of loose skin and I had lost my boobs. So I was already working out. I already had a good workout routine. I was living a pretty healthy lifestyle. The other thing that I was doing was I was making sure to get movement every single day. If I didn't go to the gym, then I wanted to at least try really hard to get as many steps in as I possibly could. That meant if I was at work, I would go take work breaks and I would walk around the station for a little bit. Or I would come home and I would walk around the blocks when I got home. I just basically wanted to try and be as healthy as I possibly could going into surgery to help make it easier for my body to recover. On that same note, I started taking supplements to help my recovery and to help my skin cells and all of my other cells, my muscle cells, everything regenerate faster, better, stronger, because I am 36 years old. I was already taking collagen every day. I started taking fish oils every day. I started taking turmeric probably a week before. I'm gonna link everything down in the comments down below. Pretty much everything that I bought for this surgery, I bought it on Amazon. The only thing that I didn't buy on Amazon was probably my body pillow. I got that at Costco. I was working out, I was getting movement, I was getting my steps in. The goal was always 7,500 to 10,000 a day. And that was basically a non-negotiable for me. I wanted to get my movement in because I worked really, really hard to get where I am at. I'm spending a ton of money on this procedure. I wanted to get the best results I possibly could. I was hydrating like crazy. I have multiple different hydro flasks and Stanleys. They're all 30 to 40 ounces, and I would drink at least 2, if not 3 of those a day. So yes, I was peeing a lot. I was prioritizing protein, and I mean good protein, like protein that naturally is occurring, not synthetically made protein. That being said, if I'm busy and I can't get to making my chicken for the week or whatever, a protein shake is okay. It's better than crappy fast food. Sleep. I love sleep. It is one of my probably top 3 things that I love in this life is sleeping. I was trying to get a minimum of 7 hours of sleep, if not more, before I had surgery. Like I said, I was doing the best things that I could for my body to prepare myself for an easy recovery. Now, the day of surgery, I wasn't able to take anything like my heartburn medicine or anything like that, but the anesthesiologist asked me, "Do you get heartburn?" And I told him, yeah, I do. He mentioned that he'll give me something for that. So that was nice. I am a coffee girl.
I have always been a coffee girl. I will always be a coffee girl.
I'm a caffeine girl is what I should really say. But that's another thing, is I cut out energy drinks probably 2 to 3 weeks before I had my surgery. I had a sip here and there from Ben's or my daughter's, but I would not drink a full energy drink just because, like I said, I was trying my hardest to promote healing, and I know that energy drinks are not necessarily good for me. So that was something that I had made the conscious decision to cut out. Now, I am a coffee girl. Will always be a coffee girl. When you can't lift your arms above here and you can't use these muscles to manipulate things like my espresso maker or my coffee maker, having instant coffee was a life changer. It saved me I also have a little mini hand blender, so I would just put my coffee in, I'd mix my collagen in, I'd blend it right up, add my sugar-free syrups, add my ice, because I like iced coffee, and I was good to go. That way I didn't have to give up everything just because someone was busy or they weren't here or whatever. It still gave me some independence because I could make my own coffee. I did buy a smaller hydro flask for the surgery just because I didn't know what I would be able to lift. I know it sounds silly, but you don't realize how much you use these muscles until you have to use them. So I bought a smaller one and it's cute, so it works.
And who doesn't need another cup?
If you're a girl or a guy, who doesn't need another hot girl cup? Whatever. So I definitely recommend getting some type of water container that is not heavy because you're setting it down, you're picking it up, setting it down, picking it up, you know, when you're drinking and sitting in the recliner or sitting in your bed or whatever it is, wherever you're at, it's not constantly right here. So you want to have something that you can easily grab and have with you. Now, I made the mistake of not taking any type of laxatives or anything like that. I had been taking Metamucil before my surgery. I thought that that was going to be enough to keep my body regular. Now, fair warning, I have never had a major surgery. I've had my tonsils and adenoids out, and that's pretty much it. I have never had any other type of surgery. So I really didn't know that this was going to happen to my body. Comment down below whatever type of surgery that you've had and what you did to combat the effects of the anesthesia and the pain meds, because I didn't do it right. So here I am to help you make sure that you do it right. Like I said, I was taking the Metamucil, but when it came down to it, that just wasn't enough to keep my body regular. So it took me, I can't remember if it was 3 days or 4 days. I want to say it was 4. I tried to go to the bathroom, like bowel movement, go to the bathroom on day 3, and it just wasn't happening, but I could feel that I needed to go. So I went out and bought all of it because I was starting to kind of go into crisis because the pressure in my stomach was painful. The pressure on my butt was painful. The whole process was just not a fun time. I am very regular, and so this was a very foreign thing for me, and it freaked me out because I didn't know if I was going to be able to get it out, and that was really, really stressful. So what I did, I bought a digestive enzyme. I started taking that, and I just take that if I've had like a bigger meal, I'll take that. I also bought some Dulcolax or something. It's a stool softener with a mild laxative in it, and you can take that daily. I also bought the Miralax. I ordered some Smooth Move tea, which I hadn't tried, and I still haven't tried it. I haven't needed it, but I definitely would recommend taking some form of laxative, stool softener, something like that, the day, like after you have come home from surgery, just to help yourself down the road, because that was a really scary experience. Another lifesaver was my power recliner. I slept in that thing for probably the first 2 weeks. I wanted to lay down in bed, but it just wasn't gonna happen. I didn't feel comfortable getting out of the bed, or rather laying down in the bed on my own, and I was already getting up every couple hours to go pee, and so I didn't wanna have to wake up Ben, whatever. The power recliner was a life changer. I got this surgery in the very middle of summer, July 1st. So I bought myself a walking pad. Like I said, before surgery, movement was really important to me. During the healing process, movement is also really important. And it was going to be way too hot for me to go outside and walk around and get my steps in and help the fluid move around and help my body recover. So I utilized a walking pad. I'm still utilizing the walking pad. I am 3 weeks post-op today, and the last handful of days I've gotten anywhere between 8,000 and 9,000 steps a day. I feel really good. I am back to the weight I was before I went into surgery. Today I was 155, which is the lowest I've ever been in my life. And for reference, I'm 5'8", so I'm at a pretty healthy weight for my body. But the walking pad is really nice, and it kind of gives you a break from the monotony of sitting in the recliner or sitting on your bed or scrolling through your phone or watching TV or whatever it is that you're doing to pass the time. And it also helps your body recover. Once I did move into the bed, I have a body pillow that I got at Costco, and that has been awesome because I am a side sleeper, and so this kind of just helps me so I'm not all the way on my side, but I've got something to help me feel supported and secure. So that's been nice. I bought some undershirts that I could wear under my binder just to help my skin, because my skin became very, very dry, very, very itchy, and I was very squeamish and grossed out by myself. And so I wasn't putting any kind of lotion or anything like that on until the drains came out, honestly. And that was, both of the drains came out by, I want to say day 10, but up until then I wasn't putting any kind of lotion on my stomach or anything. So these undershirts that I bought, they go over your bra, and I was wearing them under the binder, which the binder is miserable, but it gets better because you can graduate to a faja as soon as your drains are out. But the undershirts were very, very helpful. Plus, they kind of give you a little level of protection and comfort knowing that your incision isn't rubbing on your binder. I bought compression socks. I wore them for a couple of days as a precaution, but I didn't really end up needing them. I might need them when I go back to work, so that's what I plan on doing, is just wearing them when I'm back at work because I'm gonna be sitting at a desk. The pajamas that I bought, these things were amazing. First of all, I sized up. I'm normally a size medium. I bought a size large in these specific pajamas, but they were amazing. They're stretchy, they're comfortable, they fit over your binder, they are all button up so you can just have it open if you want. These pajamas have been amazing. Highly, highly, highly recommend. The drain holder. This was also another game changer for this healing process, because when I got sent home, I was sent home with them just pinned to my binder, which was fine. But the drain holder, it's just like a little belt and it goes around your waist, and it's not heavy. It doesn't put a lot of pressure on you. It's very adjustable. It's a 2-pack. So it comes with the one that you wear during the day, and then it comes with the one that you can wear in the shower that just goes around your neck and hangs really low to hold your drains while you're in the shower. That was definitely very helpful. One thing that I don't think a lot of people think about is you're intubated when you have surgery. And so your throat is really, really dry. And if you have the muscle repair with the tummy tuck, you don't want to cough. And I have been lucky to where I've only coughed a handful of times. I just sneezed for the first time at like 2.5 weeks, and that was not a good time. And that's 2.5 weeks after the surgery.
Laughing was not fun, but
The point that I'm trying to make here is have cough drops by your recovery station. I just had them in this little, that's another thing that I bought that wasn't on Amazon. It might be on Amazon. I'll find it and I'll link it. But it was a little 3-tier cart that I just had next to my recliner where I had everything in it. So I had it was holding my water, it was holding my cough drops, it held my medication, it held my book that I was reading, it had all of my chargers, everything that I needed right there within my reach. It had the remote, it was all just right there. And it was nice to have a place to put stuff like my ice packs or whatever. Get yourself a long charger. You're gonna be in that chair or the bed or whatever, and you are gonna wanna move around. So make sure you have a charger that's long enough. They sell them for like $10. Spend the money. You've already spent $25,000. Might as well spend another $10. So another thing that I really liked was having a bidet. That was really helpful, especially during,
I've been calling it Poopgate.
Especially during that, because I was only a couple days out once I finally went to the bathroom, and just having that there made the cleanup a lot easier for me, and made it to where I felt clean afterwards, and I didn't feel like gross, and I wasn't worried that I was leaving anything behind, because you're just a mess after surgery and you're not wearing underwear because there's too many things going on. You've got the drains and you're just a mess. So you're in shorts, and having the bidet helps you stay a little bit cleaner. I also have wet wipes that I use too, and that was definitely something that was helpful. So I got spray deodorant. Having the spray deodorant, if you've had like a breast augmentation, definitely makes it a little bit easier to put the spray on so that you're not kind of stinking and you don't have to do the roll-on stuff. So that was definitely helpful. One thing that people don't seem to really talk about is the way that your body smells after. I was using like perfumes and stuff because first of all, I felt like crap and I just wanted to feel a little bit better and present a little bit better to myself. But the composition of your body changes after you've had surgery. Everything gets disrupted. Your lymphatic system is all messed up. And I was like, why do I smell so weird? Apparently only I could smell it, but your body is changing and...
This sounds like a puberty video.
Your body is changing and it's a beautiful process. Anyway, your body is changing. They just took a huge chunk of skin off of you. They just put implants in your body. They just lifted your nipples up to where they're supposed to be. It's normal. It goes back to normal. I can reassure you that I do not smell the way that I did at day 3, day 4, day 5. I smell back to normal. I feel mostly back to normal, but your smell will go back to normal. I promise you. So one thing that I bought that I didn't really use was the toilet seat riser. First of all, it's hard. It's like a hard plastic. And second of all, I didn't really need it. I don't know if my toilet is higher than normal or what, but I didn't need to use it. I had pretty strong legs to begin with, and so I was just sitting down directly on the toilet. Plus I felt like I had a little bit less leverage when I used the toilet seat riser. So all in all, it is what it is. But those are the things that I noticed that has helped me in this recovery process. If you have this surgery, just know that it's gonna get better and you're gonna look great. You probably looked great before, but you're gonna look even better now and you're gonna feel better and you're gonna be more confident. And that's something that you absolutely deserve, especially when you've put in the hard work to lose the weight and to be healthy and to achieve the results that you deserve to have in life. So comment down below if this video has helped you in any sort of way, or what other things you noticed helped you in your recovery, so that we can all kind of just learn from each other's mistakes and learn from each other's successes. And thanks for coming, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.